Hi, welcome to the video on some important vocabulary with lines and triangle theorems. All right, so parallel and perpendicular. Remember, parallel never intersect, same slope. Perpendicular, they do intersect at 90-degree angles. And we'll talk about the slope being opposite reciprocals. Complementary and supplementary angles. Remember, complementary add together to equal 90. So 36/54. Whereas supplementary angles, those are ones that add up to 180. So 120 and 60. Corresponding angles. Those are two angles that are in the same relative position. And we talk about them a lot with transversals and parallel lines. So 2 and 6, same relative position on top of the parallel lines on the same side as a transversal. 1 and 5, 3 and 7. Alternate interior, again talking about those parallel lines and transversals. Alternate exterior are ones that are on the outside of the two parallel lines. And they're also on alternate sides of the transversal. So one's on the left, one's on the right, and it is on the outside of the parallel lines. Alternate interior, again, we've got that transversal and parallel lines, but the alternate interior are between the parallel lines. Still alternate on either side of the transversal, so 4 and 5, 3 and 6. And those are congruent as long as the lines are parallel. Vertical angles, those are absolutely congruent. Remember, those are angles that are opposite each other and formed by intersecting intersecting lines, and the angles are congruent. So the green ones or the blue ones. All right, CP/CTC, our favorite video. Remember, if you were able to prove that the triangles are congruent, then we know all those corresponding parts are congruent to each other. The corresponding angles in those same relative positions and the corresponding sides. We had those triangle congruence theorems to help us prove that triangles are congruent. Remember, we had side, 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 angle, side, angle, side, angle, and in the last unit, we talked about angle, angle, side, where the angle or the side is not the included one. With angle, side, angle, it is included. All right, we talked about corresponding sides, and then we talked about congruent triangles, and now with similar triangles. Remember, shortest sides are usually corresponding, the middle sides, and then the longest sides are usually corresponding towards each other. And they are sides, again, that are in the same relative position of two shapes. All right, an isosceles triangle, remember that is when there are at least two sides that are congruent of a triangle. And we talked about the theorem being that if the sides are congruent, then the opposite angles are as well. Transitive property, we use that a lot. Remember that one. It states that if two quantities are equal to a third quantity, then they must be equal to themselves. So if A equals B and B equals C, then A must also equal C. The reflexive property, it states that something is equal to itself. Very useful when we were talking about proving triangles congruent. We could always use that line that's in the middle between them as the reflexive property. So a line must be equal to itself, an angle, a triangle equal to itself. Those are all reflexive property of equality. All right, hope those vocab help you.